Welcome back to another video, guys. It's your boy Wraith Hoops coming to you with a very interesting storyline once again. So the topic of today, obviously reading the title, we're talking about Bol and could he take that next step to be Kevin Durant? Obviously, we know he got drafted in 2019 in the second round, and people thought he was the steal of the draft. Obviously, he's Manute Bol's son, and he hasn't quite lived up to that level of player, which is perfectly fine. Again, he was a late, I want to say he was the 44th draft pick in that one. That being said, he did end up going to the Nuggets, and people wanted to see how he was going to do. He didn't play very many games starting out his career. He did spend 2 seasons there. Obviously, he was a decent player, but he didn't take that next step. And playing behind Jokic and company, there wasn't a lot of minutes for him. So they tried to trade him. In an attempt to trade him to the Pistons in January 2022, he ended up failing a physical, so that trade got voided. After another month, the Celtics came calling, but then he got traded by the Celtics before even suiting up, and he got sent to the Magic. Now, in the Magic, he had a significantly better season last year. At the age of 23, obviously, he still has much more room to grow, and at 7'2", 220, he's got a solid frame about his body. When you think about players, as I'm comparing him to Kevin Durant, as many analysts did, today we have Victor Wembanyama. So a lot of people were trolling on Twitter, wondering if the Spurs were going to go ahead and pull the trigger and pull the most troll move ever and just grab Bol. And you could have Twin Tower system going between Victor and Bol. They didn't end up doing it. But the Suns, as they've been doing, adding depth all offseason, made another surprising move. Right now, it doesn't seem like it provides much floor spacing. Last season, he averaged 1.6 threes a game, and he shot 27%. So not as smooth a stroke as we were hoping and not hitting on all cylinders, but playing against and with a player in practice every day like Kevin Durant and being matched up with him could help him take that next step. Obviously, we think that his game best models Kevin's. KD is a consensus top 10 player in the league right now and an elite scorer. Obviously, last season had some ups and downs. The regular season, he was phenomenal. In the postseason, he just didn't have enough time to mesh with the Suns. But with a full offseason preparation, he's going to make that stride. And now adding Bol to the mix, who averaged 9.6 rebounds and a block and a half a game last season, you like what you're seeing. And obviously, he's not going to be in a starting role because they do have DeAndre and they do have Bradley Beal. They do have Devin Booker. They do have KD. He's probably going to be vying for some backup minutes, which is perfectly fine. And we could see things progress very smoothly and see him get more minutes in the rotation as the season goes on. In the front court, they do have DeAndre Ayton. They signed Drew Eubanks and Jameez Mitu. So he'll probably play the backup center role, I'm guessing, but he could also give some relief for Kevin Durant when he's not on the floor. I'm interested to see what happens because I myself am a Bol believer. Even though he has been shaky in the past, I think that he is capable of being a perennial all-star. I think he's capable. Let me not say every year, but I think he could be a 15 to 17 points per game, 8-9 rebound a game type player. I think he has that ceiling. I think he could definitely, while he doesn't have the same type of game as an Anthony Davis, I think he could see that sort of offensive output if he really was given the opportunity and he rounds his game out well. This season right here will tell us a lot about the player that he could potentially be. Because this is the first time, obviously, we compared him to Kevin Durant, and a lot of analysts across the globe did. But it's going to be the first time that we really get to see if that holds true. And that's going to be a big thing because if he plays with Kevin Durant and doesn't improve his game and doesn't become a better player over the course of this season coming, then it's really curtain calls. What you've seen out of him will be the player that he is and the player that we all believe him to be. But I think this is going to be a great experience, more so for him than even the Suns, because yes, the Suns are getting a valuable role player and he's going to play consistent minutes, and he's had fairly consistent play over the course of the season. He did play his 70 games last season, which was the most by far over the course of his short career. But we could see really him taking strides as he needs them to be. Now, of course, that relies on the agreeableness of Kevin Durant and the desire to coach him up and make him a better player. But seeing him as his teammate, really we shouldn't have much to worry about. I'm not going to put all my eggs in a basket, but if there is a year for Bol, it has to be this year. He's not really going to see any more opportunities on any other teams that are going to have the ability for him to grow and have the model prototype that people expected him to be right there on the roster beside him. With that being said, thank you for watching wherever you are on the globe. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe on the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.